Right, little update on the Range Rover P38. So it's been a while since I've done any videos on this. It's been up at Land for a few bits. I think the last video we've done on it, we was looking at bleeding all the brakes, but we're still no further forward with that, which I'll obviously discuss in this video. You'll also quick one, just see this Range Rover L322. That is the next victory competition car, which I'll talk to you about towards the end of the video, so you can find out a little bit more about exactly what we're doing with that. But what everyone obviously wants to hear is the update on the P38. So, obviously, up until now, we've done the crank pulley, we've done the water pump, we've put new discs on it, new pads on it, new calipers on it, and obviously the issues that we were having, we couldn't bleed the brakes, so it was obviously up at TVC. They're not massively clued up with Land Rovers, so I wasn't too sure exactly how to bleed it. Obviously we took it to Land, and unfortunately we're still no further forward with it. We've still got no working brakes, so I think the next option is we're going to have to take it to another Land Rover specialist to hopefully get them to have a look at it, because I think it needs to be plugged in with nanocom and all that sort of stuff. So it's back with me for a minute. I'm going to talk to you about some updates and what's going on with it and what else needs doing to it in this video, and talk to you about exactly what's wrong. Quick little update. Obviously everyone's been asking about the Bordeaux wheels, so the only thing that we have done over the last 6 weeks, Felix, is put on the Bordeaux wheels. So these tyres were from the L322 wheels that were on the car, because for some reason matey had the L322 wheels. I don't know whether he was preserving these wheels or something, because obviously these are quite rare, so I don't know whether he just wanted to keep these like nice and safe, so he put obviously the L322 wheels on. But anyway, we've taken them off now. We put the tyres from the L322 wheels on the Bordeaux wheels, and we're going to send it on from there. They're still not great. I think the tyres have an expiry. They do, don't they? They're definitely more than 10 years old, because obviously it's been sat for like 14 years. So they're not great, but they've got enough tread on them for now, so it'll get through MOT. Obviously we've done the calipers, we've done the discs, and we've done the pads. But to be fair, the discs look like they've been sat for 14 years, just because we can't get them to bleed, which is a bit of a nightmare. But you would see, obviously, the suspension's all working, which we sorted out in another video. The only issue we've got on the back is dropping, so I'll put some overlay clips in case you can't see it, because you're not going to be able to see it, but the back airbags are all perished, aren't they? So I think that's losing a little bit of air from the back, so every time I drive past this car, it's always sat like that. The back's always low and the front's always up, so we will change the airbags at some point. We'll see what it's like and get a bit of an idea. Other updates, obviously, I've been saying I want to try and get rid of the sidebars and the roof bars. Yeah, roof bars. I will be selling the roof bars, so if someone wants to make me a sensible offer, then let me know. I know they're quite rare, so they're worth a few quid. I'll probably take offers maybe around 500 quid. I'll see what happens, but I need to get some roof rails from Luke at Gentleman Salvage, because otherwise I'm going to end up with loads of water in the car. So I'm going to leave them on there for a minute until I speak to Luke, and then as soon as I've sorted that, I'll get them whipped off and I'll whip these off. I don't think these are worth that much, but I'll get them gone because I don't really like it. What do you think of the side steps and roof bars, Felix? Do you like it or not? Roof rails.
Are they original?
I don't know whether these, they're definitely not original. Apparently these are, but I can't see it. But apparently they're rare anyway, because they stopped making them for the P38. If we jump on inside, if I jump around the other side, Felix, and you can pan through there. So you'd see that some bits are ripped out. This was the underneath. The only thing is we're going to have a nightmare trying to figure out where this all goes, because nuts and bolts down there, nuts and bolts there. But this is for underneath the steering wheel, because I think Corley had to get something off for the ABS pump. We've still got some issues with the steering wheel, but I think now he's taken that off, I might whip this plastic casing off later and try and see what's going on in there, because by the looks of it underneath, it's something within this section here and not anything like too far under. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out what's wrong with that and get that fixed. When you start it up, I don't know if you want to start it up, Felix, for me, boy. Probably use, yeah, you'd love to. I'll use this key, because sometimes we've had issues with the lock. But if we start it up quick, Felix.
POV.
Little POV. She's a bit slow on start up, and she's a bit smoky as well, to be fair. I don't know why. But it keeps beeping. I think it's because when you put it into drive, it's stuck in low range. Now, we had that gear selector issue when I first got the car, when we went to clean it. What happened? Did it get stuck in neutral or something? I think it lost gears, didn't it? I can't remember what happened, but we obviously had to get a new gear selector cable, and I don't know whether that's had an issue now with the low range and the high range, whereas now every time you put it to drive, it stays in low range, so the car thinks it's in low range for some reason. And I want to say, when Sam was fitting up the gear selector, he said to me about, oh, I need to remember to go underneath and tighten something up, but we never did, so I reckon it could be something to do with that, so that might need tightening up, then hopefully we can get it plugged in. But up until this point, this car still hasn't been plugged in with any proper Land Rover software, so it's not been plugged in with Nanocom, it's not been plugged in with Rave, so we haven't actually been able to see properly inside the sort of brains of the car and work out exactly what's going on. So I think obviously the next step, we need to try and take it to someone who specialises in P38s, so we get an idea exactly what's going on, because obviously the snap-on stuff and all that sort of diagnostics is good for the new cars, but we can't get anything that's going to get, nothing so far has got into the sort of brains of this car, which is a bit annoying. But obviously other than that, inside we'll sort the steering wheel out, we'll try and figure out the low range. The saggy roofline will get sorted out at some point because that's still mouldy, because we never really bothered to clean it because we're going to replace it anyway. But yeah, as you can see from the back, it's all sagging and that. I might just try and rip this off for a minute because it's got all mould in it. It's not the best place to be in. And then at some point I'll get the roof lining changed. Felix, if you could just put the bonnet up for me, please, sir. That'd be grand. You got it there? He's looking through the camera. So basically, in the last video, we were, I'll switch it off to be fair for a minute. So in the last video, when it was up at Lagjander, there was talks of the ABS pump not working. So, and I did think, to be fair, I don't think it is that. Anyway, it turns out it's been sent off, it's been sent back because there's actually nothing wrong with it, which is not ideal. So the ABS pump's been taken off, there's nothing wrong with it, so it's come back. After a little bit more diagnosis, Crawley at Lagjander said that this accumulator is probably the issue because there don't seem to be any power into it. So if you have a quick nose in there, Felix, if you can see it, this here, I don't know whether you need the whole thing or what, or if there's just certain parts, that he thinks it's the reason why we can't get anything to bleed the brakes. So it's not the ABS pump, apparently it's something to do with this accumulator here. So what I might try and do, and I've tried to give him a call today, speak to Dion, who actually sorted out my gear selector cable, and I've got self-closing doors, Felix. I'll speak to Dion, who sorted out the gear selector cable, and see if he's got an accumulator to hand. What I might have to do is see if he can come and help fit it, and then see if he can bleed the brakes as well, because he's got Nanocom and stuff. So I'm going to have a conversation with him about that. If not, I'll be going to Beacon Garage in Ottery St Mary, because they do specialise in P38s. And then hopefully we can obviously then look at bleeding the brakes. I never thought that changing the brakes would cause so many issues. Just for the sake of just changing the disc pads and calipers, it's now been about 8 to 10 weeks and we're still no further forward. So I appreciate everyone's been saying in the comments you need to take to someone who's a Range Rover P38 specialist. I overlooked that originally. I think really I should have just took it to someone who knew these cars like the back of their hand straight away. I didn't realise how complex and how complicated this was going to be, but it's been like, it's got to be like 8 weeks now, isn't it? 8-10 weeks where I've had no brakes. But is it now in a worse condition than what it was 6 weeks ago, which is pretty mad. So hopefully we can get that. What else is there to do on it other than that? We just need to get it in from an MOT. I know there's a couple of bushes and that are perished, didn't they? Yeah. So obviously as soon as we get the brakes done, I'll probably just chuck it in from an MOT, see what comes up, and then go from there. And obviously after that, it will just need a really good clean. Because the idea is I want to try and get this ready for the Land Rovers of Devon meet up and drive out on the 22nd of February. So I don't know whether I spoke about this on the videos, but obviously with the Cars and Cuppers events that I run, obviously we've got Land Rovers of Devon as well. Make sure you go cop some hats. Dan's always saying about copping some hats. We've got a big Land Rover meet up in Exeter on the 22nd, and I want to. The idea is to try and get this there for that. And currently it's what? Wednesday, 4th of February, so I don't think we've got any chance at the minute, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be there. But obviously, if you've got a Land Rover, make sure you do pop along to that. I'll leave the information to get tickets and that for that event down below. It'll be a morning event at Greendale Farm Shop. There'll be a wide range of Land Rovers and Range Rovers on display. It'd be good to see some P38s. If you've got a P38 you want to bring it along, please do make sure you do. It's just £5 per car. But other than that, we're just going to have to try and smash it out as much as I can over the next sort of 2 weeks and get this ready. But I can't see it, can you? Currently, when you drive it, there's like no brakes at all, is there? well, obviously we've got brakes, they just don't work. So, but yeah, other than that, but quick one, we'll move on to this stunning Range Rover L322. So it's quite nice to have, well, 2 generations of Range Rover here. Our goal is to own like, well, my goal definitely would be to own like each generation of Range Rover, that'd be class. But here we've got a stunning Range Rover L322, which will close this one up, which you might have seen if you follow me on my personal socials and if you follow Victory. You probably would have seen a couple of months ago, well, back in December, we gave away a Land Rover Defender for Christmas, and I've done a video on that, done some content on that. Then we moved on to BMW, and now we've gone back to the Land Rover range, and we've gone with a Range Rover L322. Obviously, these are really popular, so we thought about, obviously, what can we do next for a competition, and we decided to do this. One of your favourites, isn't it, Felix? Felix loves a Range Rover. But yeah, someone will actually be able to win this now. So we launched this on Monday night. One of you can win it for just £9.95, and it's an absolutely mega spec. It's not like, I said a video the other day, I put up a video to Felix and it was fully loaded, and I had a bit of stick in the comments saying it's not an SE, it's not an autobiography, but for what it is, it's just like, it's a fully loaded car, like it's a lovely car. If we jump inside, where do you want me to be? Do you want to go this side and go driver's side? So it's a black with clear glass and silver wheels, feet, some Lego and a Dr. Pepper, but it is absolutely mint in this. We've got the light colour interior, obviously contrasted with the black. What'd you say? It's like ivory in it. Is that what you'd say? It's not quite cream, is it?
No.
But I don't know. So one of you can actually get some tickets to try and win this. So when you're buying your tickets for the Land Rovers of Devon meet, make sure you go on to Victory and buy some tickets for this, because for a tenner, one of you could win this. What's the cash alternative of it? £6,000. So with all of our competitions, there's a cash alternative. So if you do win it and you think, do you know what, I don't need it, I don't need another car, I'd rather the money, there is a £6,000 cash alternative. Felix is just about to deliver one of the prizes for Monday. Well, I say one of the prizes, it's a bundle of Lego later. So someone won this Lego bundle on Monday night, so they had a choice between some of the little Lego sets. They've got what's that, a Dodge, yeah, we've got a Porsche, which I'll have in a minute, and then we've got the Lightning McQueen, which I'm sure Jasmine will have, and the McLaren. So someone will win this. How much are tickets for that? A couple of quid? Yeah. There was a cash alternative for this, and matey took the prize. So Felix is about to drop these off to him. But other than that, obviously make sure you get some tickets on this. Obviously the Defender done really well, didn't it? The Defender did do really well. I think we was on like 70% sold on that. Which was really good, and I think we will have the same sort of uptake on this, because like the outside and that, if we have a quick walk around, it's mint. It's what is it? It's a 3.6 TD V8. It's got the silver wheels, black exterior. It's got the side steps. Like I said, clear glass. So it's not been like, because the thing is, back in the day with the old Range Rovers and stuff, you used to get the proper senders and that, take them out, they used to tint the windows, put some big wheels on it, and just used to hammer it about. Or the other side is, you get the people that just use it around the farm and absolutely destroy it, whereas obviously you can see with the interior, it's mint. This hasn't been used and abused, it's basically just been, I think it's been potting about London for the last few years, isn't it? Yeah. So it is pretty mint. Anything to show in the back, Felix, or have you got your stuff in there? Don't need a show in the back. How are we doing on time? 11:44, lovely stuff. So, like I say, if you want to get some tickets on that, please do make sure you do. We will be doing more Land Rovers across this year. Obviously, our aim is to try and hopefully pick this business up so it gets even busier, and then we'll be starting to do 2 competitions of cars a month, maybe even 4 later on in the year, depending on how we do. Obviously, at the minute, we're just going to start small and work our way up. So if there's a car that you want to see on our competition site, then obviously do let us know. P38, Felix? The only thing we're doing a P38, yeah, not this one. And the only thing we're doing a P38, they just come with problems, don't they? The thing is with the L322, if you get a good one like this one, whoever wins it, there's going to be no issues. Whereas P38, I don't know, I'm a little bit scarred with the P38 to be fair. Although I think with the audience that we've got, it would do quite well. But yeah, I appreciate you watching the video, and sorry it's been a bit of a long time since I've done anything on this. Hopefully we'll get it ready for this Land Rover event. I'll speak to Beacon Garage and Ottery St Mary and try and get them to do some bits on it, and hopefully we can at least just get the brakes done and the MOT done. I'm not going to bother with the roofline and that until all the other stuff's done, and obviously it just needs to be in good condition, because yeah, Jasmine wants to be driving it and currently there's no fucking brakes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you get some tickets for the Land Rover event. Make sure you get some tickets on the Range Rover L322, and we'll see you guys and girls on the next one. Ciao. We've got a little exclusive. Felix wants me to see what is wrong with this steering wheel, so he's got me to try and take it off. So let's just get underneath quick and see if we can whip it off. with my old battered screwdriver, Felix. So we'll see if we can figure it out, shall we?
That's what the people want to see.
Yeah, everyone. To be fair, everyone's been saying in the comments, what part of this project are you doing? To be fair, I've done the brakes. Well, I said I've done the brakes. I think I helped with 2, Felix. God. No, I can't get that, Felix, boy.
Oh, he's given up already.
I've given up. I don't want to round it. Oh, there you go, there's one. I do see what the...
You see the issue?
Wow, not really. I wonder what ain't locking then. Don't know. I'll have a look in the next video, Felix, I reckon. We'll get there though. It's just not like locking in, is it, for some reason? I reckon it's something really simple.
Probably.
I think it's something super simple. Because nothing there looks broke.
You can see the mechanism where it locks in.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There's nothing like, it's all metal, so it's not like anything's going to break. No, so it's obviously just come off something, isn't it? I can't see it being that much of an issue, to be honest. You have to wait to find out in the next video, guys. Apologies. This is a little bonus bit. I've actually fixed the steering on the car, and it wasn't actually that difficult to figure out. But as you would see now, the steering does not go up and down. It's locking into place, and you can move it freely. Oh no, drop the camera. So I'm moving it down. It's locked in. Let's move it again. It's quite hard to do it one-handed. Again, it's locked in place. Basically, what it was, if you can see it, it's probably going to be quite difficult to tell. Let me see if I can pull this out, because otherwise it's going to be difficult to show you. So if we lock that in there, I'm just going to try and move the camera quick. So if you can see, let's try and get to where my finger is. Every time that you move the steering rack, there'll be a little ball behind this little metal piece here. When you move the steering rack, the ball will push this metal bit out, and then you can lock it into place. And every time you lock it into place, this metal will push the little ball back in. Basically what was happening, the ball was just staying out. It wasn't locking back in, which meant obviously the steering wheel was moving freely. But now it seems to be locking in place every time. I think it's literally just a case of a little bit of grease. It's probably been set up, there's no grease in there, it's all probably worn out. But now, as you can see, she's not moving at all, which is absolutely perfect. So Jasmine will be pleased, and she goes in and out. I'm going to try and do it one-handed. I'm probably not going to be able to do it, but yeah, you'd be pleased to know I've actually done a thing on the P38. I've just got to try and figure out the brakes now, but that is going to be a job for someone else. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys and girls on the next one. Ciao.